Oh, sorry guys. Sorry, I think I got it. I think I got tuberculosis. I got the TB, guys. I'm coughing up a storm and just not really. Hello there, CriterioNate here. Number 413, Akira Kurosawa's Drunken Angel, Yoidore Tenshi. Yeah, I think Tenshi is angel. I believe that. I've heard that word a lot. 1948, 98 minutes, black and white, Monroe, Japanese, 1331, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, one of Kurosawa's best movies. I think this is one of my favorite movies I've seen of his. This is the first movie to feature the 16-movie-strong, apparently, relationship between Kurosawa and the great Toshiro Mifune. This is the first one he was in, and I was watching and I was like, God, he looks young. He looks so young. It must have been like early in his career. I knew they started working together in the late 40s, but I wasn't sure if this was the particular movie that they started working together with. But there it is. Yeah, really fantastic movie. I think it might be one of my favorites. I don't know where I'd rank it. I don't know if it's. I think it might be even better than High and Low, actually. Just the story, the relationship between Toshiro Mifune's character and also the great Takashi Shimura, which he's in practically every damn movie ever, every Toho movie, every Kurosawa movie. Takashi Shimura is right there, you know. And so basically the story goes, Takashi Shimura plays a doctor, Sendana, I think, Senaka, Dr. Sanada, who's an alcoholic. He is drinking all the time, and one night a gangster named what is his name? Matsunaga, played by Mifune, comes in and gets a bullet taken out of his hand, and I guess they send it to him because Sanada, I guess, takes care of all the gangsters and thugs in the area, and so he does an X-ray on him, and he's like, oh, he does a examination. He says, oh, you might have TB. You better watch that stuff. Cut out drinking, cut out smoking, and all that, and he doesn't listen to him. But eventually does. Eventually, Matsunaga I'm going to have to learn that. Matsunaga tries to better his life. However, the reappearance of his old boss, Okada. Okada's been in jail for years, and he's getting out. And I guess Okada is, related to Dr. Sanada's assistant. In some way, she used to be his girlfriend, or his, she used to work for him or something like that. And so, he doesn't want, and Matsunaga finds this out and Okada finds this out, and he wants Matsunaga to tell, where she is, and he doesn't want to, and so he really gets upset with Okada. And Okada gets upset and ends up kidnapping Matsunaga's girlfriend, who ends up leaving him because I guess he goes back to drinking with Okada. And she was really liking, the fact that he was trying to turn his life around for his health and all that. And it's funny, just the relationship. They do have a really Sanada and Matsunaga have a really weird relationship where he keeps showing up out of nowhere in front of Matsunaga shows up out of nowhere in his office, and then Sanada takes it upon himself to visit Matsunaga outside the clubs he goes to, and he's like, "Why are you drinking?" He gives him hell for not doing what he should be doing. And yeah, so basically the end, and the movie basically ends with Matsunaga, eventually, worsens his life, and ends up getting so sick that he, is too weak to fight Okada when he tries to get his girlfriend back. And they get into a fist fight, and Okada pulls out a knife and stabs Matsunaga, and he dies. And so Sanada basically feels a little is a little in despair because of this, because he feels like he I think Sanada is one of those guys who really just tries to, take care of every patient as best as possible. And, at some point you realize, you can't take care of everybody, It's just not possible, I guess. But he really wanted to, and however, he's kind of turned around at the end when he finds out that one of his old patients, his younger patients, was able to, took care of herself and I guess got herself cleared of TB. And so, kind of ends on a more positive note, even though Matsunaga's dead. But anyway, again, fantastic movie. One of Kurosawa's greatest. Not his greatest, definitely in the top 5, top 3, I'd say. I mean, there's so many great ones. Again, High and Low, Ikiru, Ron. I mentioned High and Low. Seven Samurai, of course. Bad Sleep Well. A lot of great movies. Donzoko. Just a lot of great Kurosawa movies. But I think a lot of my surprise with this movie, what I love, is just seeing Mifune clean, the short hair and no mustache and all that, how young he was, and just seeing he and Shimura together, as kind of frenemies and all that, and that was really fun to watch. So I don't have much else to say. Again, it's a fantastic Kurosawa movie with a really trippy song, a trippy jungle boogie song in the club. You get to see Mifune dancing and all that. So yeah, would I recommend this? Hell yeah, I'd recommend this movie. Drunken Angel gets an A from me because it's amazing. Alright, that's all I have to say about that. Supplements, we've of course got, as always it seems to be, It Is Wonderful to Create. They get the 31-minute documentary. Great story. I'm trying to think. There's a scene where they talked about. There's a scene where I guess somebody there's a girl who had to have a popsicle, and they were shooting out a popsicle season, I guess, and so they had to make so they were freezing one, and they locked it in a freezer, and I guess they lost the key to the freezer, and so they couldn't get it out. And so they ended up had to make one out of horseradish or something, and they told her not to lick it. Don't lick it, because otherwise it'll burn your tongue, And so that's just I like to contribute little stories from the It Is Wonderful to Create series, because it's just great to have that, and it's just one of those. It's always one of those great story kind of supplements. One of the greater supplements you could put, And they talk about how they had reused the set Drunken Angel. The set of Drunken Angel was actually reused. It was used in one of his previous movies, One Wonderful Friday. I don't remember the name of it actually. One Wonderful Sunday. It's the movie before this one, and I know that because it's part of the Eclipse series. So the Eclipser will get to that one eventually. One Wonderful Sunday. Yeah. That's got to be it. Yes. I think it was right there. So yeah. So they used that. However, they also, I think they tore down part of it to make the iconic swamp that was there, which is supposed to represent the evil and the ugliness in Matsunaga's lungs, as well as outside. Like Okada and all these ugly thugs and gangster people. So all that symbolism, that's kind of cool. So yeah, and also there's a supplement, 25-minute interview with I forget his name. It's called Kurosawa and the Censors. This was a post-war Japanese film, so a lot of films were right after the war were scrutinized for censorship, especially in the U.S. A lot of of course, the Japanese were, of course, there were a lot of nods to U.S. culture in Japanese, whether it was, wanted or not. Certain aspects bombed out buildings apparently couldn't be shown because, that's like kind of remind, you know, oh, this is what you guys did to us, what we did to, you know, Japan and all that, which makes sense. I can, you know, which is like, I mean, which actually doesn't make sense, you know, because it's like if they want to do it, you know, obviously they have the right to, because, you know, we destroy them. But anyway, I don't want to get too much of the war talk, but anyway, it's an interesting look at certain aspects, things that wouldn't fly, things that had to be changed, and all that. There's a lot of talk about how Mifune's wardrobe changes. There's a lot of like Western style clothing, clothes style, and all that. So anyway, outside of that, yeah, that's it. So Drunken Angel, great movie, one of Kurosawa's best. Get it? I know I will. Hopefully there's a sale next week. Well, maybe, I mean next month, the November Barnes & Noble sale. We'll see. We'll pick this one up. Alright, that's it for today. Tomorrow, well, hopefully tomorrow. I can't guarantee tomorrow. So hopefully tomorrow, Tulane Blacktop. Either tomorrow or Halloween, the 31st. Monday or Tuesday, we will get to Tulane Blacktop. And that'll be it. That'll probably be it. Again, there's a possibility Naked Prey might be happening, though I highly doubt it. So don't expect it. And then, of course, next week, we'll get to the next couple after that. We'll get to Naked Prey next week, as well as whatever's after that. I'm too lazy to look it up right now. Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. If your doctor tells you to cut out drinking and smoking to prevent TB, don't. Do cut out all the smoking and drinking, and yeah, that's and don't lose yourself to the jungle boogie. Yeah. I forgot how the song goes, but damn. Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. We'll see you all probably tomorrow for Tulane Blacktop. And until then, goodbye.